Oh man, we've had an adventure, haven't we, boys? Yesterday I had to get on the bike and take some gas out to my family because they were in the car in rush hour traffic and they ran out of gas. We had to put like a lock on our gas cap because people were trying to siphon our gas a while back, and I mean, it hasn't happened since. I mean, possibly because it's locked. But then Tenley, my girlfriend, goes and misplaces the key apparently, because there's two of them. I have the other one. She gets Lily to call me, right? And Lily's all like, Dad, we're almost out of gas. And you can hear Tenley in the background just freaking out. And then the car dies. So yeah, I hop on the bike. I don't know what the point of the story was. Every story's got to have a moral, right? And I guess it's just don't lose your gas key. Anyway, they're starving to death. I've been focusing mostly on raising their physical fitness / HP, because that's, like I said yesterday, that just corresponds directly to HP, and a couple of their attacks. Actually, the last thing I gave them was Cutie, which is cucumber, and that raises their physical fitness a bit. Actually, let's go ahead and look at their stats. Now, I know you guys are starving. No, you know what? I'm not a cruel owner. Let's go ahead and feed them first. I've already done their technique as much as I care to do. So for, oh, you guys are swapped. I'm over here like going into autopilot with, I'm so used to Choki being over here, you know? Because Choki's been training with Pineapple, and Punchy's been training in Apple, aka scissors and fists. Oh, also, don't let me forget, we got 2 presents today. We had one yesterday, but I forgot to show you. There you go, now you're full. I want to show you the stats, though. Their Tsuyosa is 191 and 150. What were they at the beginning? I don't know. Oh, by the way, Lily started a new Tamagotchi because the last one died. We're back to Tongarichi again. So, okay, so the strength started at 165 for Choki, and now it's 190. The strength started at 115 for Punchy, and now it's 150. Dang, boys, that's some straight-up growth. All right, so what's next? Their HP is now 172 and 154, and they started out at 150 and 110. The one who's made the biggest growth in HP is Punchy, because they've made a jump. They're actually almost caught up. Well, not almost, but they're getting pretty close to catching up to Choki. Their technique has also been raised to the necessary levels. I don't know why it is that Punchy's technique went back down a bit. It must have been that I gave them one of those things that raises a stat but then lowers another one. I think that's the black jelly. Yeah, watch out for black jelly. It's a little naughty. Although that one raises technique. What the heck? There aren't any other ones that lower things, are there? Oh, I'm starting to think I shouldn't trust this translation and just make my own. Well, anyway, Choki was raising their technique because they wanted to equip one last thing, right? Like I said, we're not going to focus too much on technique for Choki because that just feels like going too hard against the grain of who they are. So now the last thing we had was Fist. So we're going to go into Fist and look for the 35 one. Where is the 35 one? There it was. That would be Fist times 1.2. Their Fist starts off fairly high, and then the multiplier is going to jump it up about, I want to say 12 was the last time I'd done a calculation. Okay, what's your fist power? Your fist power is 49, so that's a 50. Let me do a calculation real quick, because their punch power has actually increased since yesterday. 49 times 1.2 is 58.8, and if it does round up, then that means it's 59. So that's a 10 boost. A 10 boost for 35 technique? Do I have anything comparable? Surely we have other plus 10s to compare to. Here's a plus 5, and that's 10. So shouldn't a plus 10 be like 20-ish? Yeah, you know? It looks like that corresponds because there's 35 and then it's a 70, so it's almost like whatever this is, it costs the double. So a times 1.2 multiplier isn't that great, but I guess it's like with it being a multiplier, the returns are greater the higher the stat is or something. You know, arithmetic. And then yeah, Punchy straight up punch power. Oh, their punch power has finally exceeded their scissor power. Punchy, good job. Finally, your namesake makes sense. And they've got 101 scissor. Did you see that? That's crazy. All right, so I wanted to check out these presents I got. And, oh, Choki, you don't have either of them, huh? Well, Punchy has Hachimitsu, which is just bee honey, and then Bakudan, which is a bomb, and I don't know what either of them do. I'm scared, though, you know? I guess let's try them out. Okay, so Hachimitsu, what do you do? What? Genki Hatsuratsu. Energetic and healthy? I thought maybe that meant that their tiredness would be restored, but what did that do? Okay, we just looked at the stats. Hopefully my subconscious can remember what we were just at, because, okay, Punchy, what happened? Did something grow with you? 150, 154, 89, 62, 64, 21. So it was like energetic and healthy, or like he's just like super like good. He's feeling great now, and I just don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Does that mean like their challenge has increased or something? Okay, there's a Kokuhagata. We're just gonna do a sample test here, right? A little sample fight. Watch out for their fist. We're gonna do paper and never go with scissors. Okay, go on, Punchy. Show us what you got. Okay, he always gets fired up like that. I actually don't. Okay, I'm still not seeing a difference. Oh, check that out though. Good hits. So we put him to sleep, and then we're gonna paralyze them. Man, they just cycle over and over again, too. Look, now he's just paralyzed. Punchy! Look at us hitting all the marks. I mean, Bakumin, paper is our weakest stat. It's at like 24, so it's not going to do much damage, but it's still enough. it's still enough to wreck their world. Okay, Punchy, what happened, Punchy? You got some pudding? You got some more pudding? Any changes? Is that what that means? He's like doing a little backstand thing. I have no idea. Well, okay, let's try Bakudon. Oh. What now? What? Bikkurishita. He was surprised. Maybe I should have done that before the bee honey, so, you know, they could be surprised or scared and then restored. Did that change anything? Oh, Skade's at 5, but that's just from the challenge we just did. So it seems like some of them might just be like flavor items. I do know that in the instruction booklet, they referred to giving them presents and it making your bug love you. Now, is that just like, you know, oh, they're gonna love you, or is there an actual stat there? Is that something that affects the gameplay? Or is there an actual, like, hidden stat that's straight up how much they care about me? Even if there's not, I'm gonna pretend there is, okay? And I'm gonna pretend that they loved honey, and also they liked being scared by that bomb. Because if we're going headcanon, that was just like a smoke bomb, okay? Just a little fun punchy bomb. My bugs love me. Huh? What? Uh-oh. You know what that happy sound means? Don't be fooled. It's the Black Adder. What are you doing here? Leave! Don't you know that when you enter stage right, you're supposed to exit stage left? This guy's an amateur. I can't stop watching bug videos, especially ones of the Hercules beetle. They are so cool and they're so docile. There's this YouTube channel that I can't link to because they use one of those services where, like, if they catch you using any of their footage at all, they'll come after you. Or else I'd love to show you. I mean, really, I'll just leave a link to their YouTube channel below. Go look up their Hercules beetle videos. They're so awesome. Like the way that the top of their top horn is connected to their upper shell. You can just grab that upper part and just hold it, and they'll just start flying. You know, like when you hold a dog, right? You cradle it and you gently put its belly in the water, and it just starts like instinctively like doing this with its little paws. Like, that's what the Hercules beetle does, but with flying, and it's so cool. So yeah, that's been ruining my life. I should be, like, focusing better. I should have gotten work done yesterday at, like, 7 o'clock, but I'd end up getting it done at... Well, actually, I worked until I fell asleep, and then this morning I woke up in a panic, and I finished my work up before the deadline. It was not yesterday's video, it was for a client. So yeah, bugs are ruining my life, but I love them still. I'm still horrified of moths. I'm always gonna be horrified of moths. That's part of me. That's a core character trait of mine. It's not going anywhere. When I see a moth video, I want to barf, and also go inside of a shell. And never come out of the shell. I also took them down to the exercise room again today, which is weird because, like, they don't need any pedometer counts like the D2 version 15th did. I don't know, after Global Running Day and I took my bugs for a run, like, I started feeling more close to them, you know? I guess it's all about just getting into it, right? It's not weird, it's love! So here I am, just exercising for nothing, just bettering myself for nothing. Well, not nothing. There is PAX West here in a few months. I want to be approachable and for people to want to hear what I have to say, because when you get into big crowds like that, you know how it is? When you can get in a good conversation with 1 or 2 people, but then when you get in a group of like 10, suddenly it's really hard to get in a single word and you just feel really stupid. Well, that's how my life is. And the only other time in my life where I've been what one might call skinny, yeah, everyone paid attention to me. I can't really judge too hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like to, when I get in big groups, make sure that everyone's being heard and make sure that if anyone seems like they're just on the outskirts of something, try to hook them in and stuff. That's one way to be a good friend to people, you know? Anyway, yeah, gotta get that PAX bod so people will pay attention to me. Well, Punchy got to fight. I feel like before we get onto the drawing, we should let Choki do one fight. Hey, Choki, get up into a challenge. Ooh, it's an Erufas? Erukuras? I couldn't see that because of the shadow at the top. Well, their strongest thing is fist, and we're going to be using paper and never using scissors because that would just be stupid. Oh. Oh. Fine. We just got cross-somethinged. Okay, go back to paper. It's gonna be fine, though. This is Choki we're talking about. Oh, they missed! Dang it, Choki! All right, do another paper. Okay, stick to paper. Okay, keep on your guards. Just stick to paper. Oh, no. Cross dive? Cross dive? Why do you gotta do a cross dive? I'm standing right here. We're about to lose so hard. No! Choki! God, you're so strong but so dumb sometimes, but I still love you, okay? You lose a lot, don't you, buddy? I mean, it's great that they still get items when they lose, so... Choki's life ain't bad. It's just a little stupid. Dansplosion suggested that I should draw myself being swarmed by my favorite Digimon, favorite Tamagotchi, and favorite Beetle, who are all fighting for my attention. So I think we'll draw Maskutchi, Tentomon, because right now my favorite Digimon is Tentomon just because bugs. I think before it was Agumon, but you know, thanks to bugs ruining my life, now it's Tentomon. And my favorite Beetle, I don't know if I could choose one between these two, but I did feature the last drawing focusing heavily on Choki, so we'll do Punchy this time. Just to be fair. You know, every time I use a size 3 pen on something that I think is going to be simple, I end up regretting it. I need to remember that it's not about how playful the drawing is, but rather how big it is. Like, considering how small this was, I probably still should have gone with a 1. So yeah, today we're going to go with the 1 on here. We got Kakujo, Tentomon, Punchy, Maskutchi. Now, normally, I might not have drafted this out like I did this one, because I didn't, but I'm not very good at drawing chibi kind of characters. Usually when I try to draw like a reduced scale character, they end up looking very bad, so hopefully this won't be one of those times. Okay, Maskutchi is looking at Kakujo with like gigantic googly eyes, because he thinks that's gonna be the thing that gets him. I mean, it might. Oh man, I forgot. I told myself I was gonna move these eyes in a little closer, and I was like, no, we'll remember to do it when we do it in pen. Just, man. Never trust yourself to remember stuff. Always draft. Oh, their arm thing is so cool. They got 2 of them, because, you know, insects, and they have 6 and whatnot, but the forearm one is so cool. They got this, like, muscle band thing that all insects seem to have. I don't know if that's, like, an actual hint into their biology, their anatomy, but yeah, like, especially every anime bug thing has those banded kind of muscles. Like, well, like Huagamon here. I mean, they're from the same series, so that's, like, a bad example of, like, seeing that across the board. But Dragon Ball had it, you know, Cell. What was up with that guy? Maybe one of them just copied the style back then. No, that's impossible. Look at them all wanting my attention. You guys know I have enough attention for all of you. Stop playing. Dansplosion, thank you for the suggestion. If you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And thanks to our patrons for supporting my channel, especially Cookie Face Shifter and Zombie Eater, and all of you watching at home. I mean, even if you're watching on a train, it's pretty helpful too. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Maybe we'll finally check out the tournament function. If I have enough time. Maybe. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.